and welcome to HawkTalk. It's my Hawk Geek Culture podcast where we talk about geek stuff, nerdy stuff, and all sorts of awesome. My name is Danny Shepard, and joining me, as always, is my lovable band of ridiculous men, starting with Jeremy Lee.
That young.
Fred Sullivan.
I'm really blown out.
And introducing his HawkTalk debut. We've only been talking about him coming on the show since... well, probably episode 20 or something. Yoshi Sudarso. Yeah! AKA the Blue Power Ranger, AKA the guy who made us have our shirts off.
So if you guys have been wondering who to thank,
Oh my god.
you're
Nobody
welcome.
wanted to see this.
Look at that. His tat is so sick. You can't not show that,
That is
off.
really cool. That's
Just
dope,
be like,
man.
cacao. I would totally do
appreciate
that all
that.
the time if I had a tat here. I'd be like, yeah. I just
Does
have
that
tats
affect-
on my middle finger.
If you had tattoos,
So I'd
does that
be
affect
like-
the roles you get? Or like
yeah,
the-
totally.
Okay.
Totally. It would. That's why I have two tattoos, both on my middle finger, that you can't see. And I would flex that, but then it's just bad social conduct.
Everyone's just like, Blue Power Ranger flips off people. Shirtless Power Ranger.
No, I actually do,
man.
though. If you can't see it, it's white ink.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the Green Lantern symbol and the Red Lantern symbol.
Oh, I
My
see it.
man.
That's
I was
dope.
like, hold
Hell
on
yeah,
a
dude.
second. Is this the Red Lantern?
This is Red Lantern.
Yep,
Yeah, this
okay.
one's Green
That's
Lantern.
sick.
Let me see the Green Lantern one. That's tight.
That's tight.
That's
cool.
tight. Did they
That's
glow in the
cool.
dark?
I wish, but that when I had it done, the guy that was doing it was like, "Yeah, that's not safe yet, so I'm not gonna do that for you." I was like, "Okay, that's
Oh,
that's
cool.
probably a good
Totally
idea."
makes sense.
Thanks for not making me pay more to die. You know, have cancer in 10 years.
Yes, get poisoned by this ink.
Ah, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. White ink hurts, though, so props to you for that one.
Yeah. It does it hurt more?
It burns.
I mean, I
yeah.
don't know.
It burns more?
Yeah, it's more.
I was wondering why it hurt. I was like, well, I mean, I just figured it was on the bone, so I was like, ow, 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 ow.
Well,
But-
that also doesn't help, but
Yeah.
so the light parts of the blue here had to actually be mixed together with white, and it's more of a powder, and you have to really dig it in there to get it to stay.
To show
so,
up.
Dang.
That makes sense.
Ow.
Maybe that's why mine kind of looks like a scar as opposed to like actual white, which is
Well-
kind of good because when we have to do auditions,
Yeah.
like you have to say your name, you slate, and you say your name,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and you do this bit right here where you show your hands, and I'm like, and then they never see it, so I'm like, ah, cool.
But they really check to see if there's anything on your hands?
It's just like just they want to be able to see if your hands look like, because sometimes it's product shots where you're like,
Oh,
hey,
hand placement.
check out this, you know what
And
I'm
you just
saying?
have, like, all
My
these, like-
phone.
have an abnormally large thumb.
You just have crazy tattoos just on your hand. Really, you're just like
Clean everywhere else.
Worst
That's why you
idea
always wear
ever.
gloves.
you're like, yeah, only fingerless gloves, so you can't see anything.
I really want tattoos. There's like so many tattoos that I want, but I'm like, it's just gonna hinder everything.
Yeah, you're not the Rock.
Oh, like-
you gotta be the Rock. Then you can have as many tattoos as
Well,
you
that's
want.
the thing too. Like the
Or Dave
artists
Bautista.
can like sue you for having those tattoos because technically it's their art on your body.
What?
Yeah, you can get sued.
That
Somebody
is
got
right.
sued, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody, I don't remember who it was.
Who
that
got
got sued.
Because any kind of art that shows up in a movie, you need to get permission from the artist. So if
Right.
someone has tattoos and you show those tattoos without getting permission from that tattoo artist.
I feel like the second they put it on your body, that's giving it to the permission to the world, right? I mean, I'm sure tattoo artists
you
in
would
the
think.
yeah,
You
the tattoo
would
artist
argue.
listening is just like, no,
No,
Danny,
no.
you stupid
Oh,
asshole.
Tyson. It was Tyson. His face tattoo.
That's right.
That's
It was Tyson.
right.
I remember actually, it's weird, but in video games, in Madden specifically, they would have certain people's tattoos, and in the NBA, they had LeBron James tattoos, and people were complaining about that. And the artists were suing. So I remember
Dang.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's
Interesting.
actually
Wow.
really stupid hot in here right now. So this is kind of just
it
a,
is warm.
It is
Help.
very warm
Yeah,
in the studio.
guys,
It's
Our
starting to
AC
become
broke.
summer.
It's Las Vegas. And it's
yeah.
Las Vegas.
So this week,
What is it right
hitting,
now?
It's breaking 100 this week
Yeah.
here.
I can't wait.
Chances are we wouldn't have popped our shirts off if Yoshi wasn't here. We usually
not.
just deal with the heat, but you know what? This is a special occasion. Yoshi Sudarso's here. If you guys don't know who Yoshi is, let's get back to the intro. If you don't know who Yoshi is, Yoshi played the Blue Power Ranger on Power Rangers Dino Charge. He played Keith, or the Black Voltron pilot in Power Rangers vs. Voltron, and he's in literally everything. If you go and if you fly Southwest, or no, if you fly
JetBlue.
JetBlue,
I'm on JetBlue.
they'll show a video I don't even understand what the video is advertising, but Yoshi's in it.
It's advertising me.
It's advertising him. And I was just like,
Wait.
So when I flew JetBlue, I saw 2 different videos with you in it. Like one commercial, I don't remember for what, and then one of the movie that you were in.
So that movie
Yeah.
is a 17-minute short film for the Renaissance Hotel.
yes.
So it was a commercial
Okay.
that was in the form of a short film.
Yeah.
But they showed the trailers in certain places, I guess.
I
And was
also
like,
use Bank of America, and you're on the face of Bank of America with a college student.
You know what's funny? I
program.
use Bank of
Yeah.
America. I've
Yeah.
never seen myself.
Dude,
Really?
what?
Yeah.
Dude, I see you all the time on the Bank of America homepage.
I saw.
All right.
So I'm not going to say where I work, but at the place where I work, there's like a website that's for employees only. And you are literally on the advertisement for one of our like HR perks. Like one of our health insurance perks.
Yeah.
I was like, this motherfucker is everywhere.
Dude.
If you
everywhere.
want some HR stuff, I can help you.
Dude,
apparently.
I did not know that you were literally the face of everything. This is news to me.
News to me too.
Anytime you see a handsome Asian actor, it's probably Yoshi.
Yep, this guy right here.
And
Perfect.
if it's actually my brother, it's fine. I'll take the credit. It's cool. No big.
Brother's everywhere too.
yeah, your
right?
brother's everywhere,
Peter's
too.
all over the place too, man.
Yep, he's a pretty boy, that one.
Good for him, man. He's on the new season of Power Rangers.
That's right. It's called Ninja Steel.
Ninja Steel.
Ninja Steel.
Fun fact: I auditioned for the Red Ranger and got a call back.
He should have gotten it. I mean, not to say anything else, but it would have been cool to have him there. He would have been awesome.
So, if you guys like the show, be sure to support us over on Patreon. Every dollar counts, and it helps us get guests like Yoshi on the show, where you guys can see us shirtless, even if you don't want to. So, everybody listen to the audio version. You're probably real stoked listening to this first part right now.
Yeah, right.
Unless you really want, and then if you really want to see us shirtless, just go to the video.
Seriously.
If you guys want to rock awesome shirts,
that mine is on the floor over there.
Somewhere.
The hats.
we got
We got shirts somewhere.
But the hats actually aren't available just yet. These are
Oh.
Ismahawk hats that Noel got
yeah.
for us. Yeah, and I don't know when these are gonna go on sale. Actually, these
Trying to figure that out.
Yeah, these are super limited edition right now, so we might be able to sell them to
Fresh.
select people, but there's only a few of them
I like
available.
it.
They're so
I like
limited
the dad
edition.
hats.
Yeah.
I can't do those hats. I
Me
look
either,
like
man.
It
a
took a while for
5-year-old.
me to get used to these.
Yeah?
But I think they work.
They hurt my forehead. The way
Really?
it's shaped, it
Yeah.
hurts my forehead. That fits me perfectly.
Yeah.
And I
Interesting.
look so much younger.
It does
with those
definitely
hats.
put a little tension right here, but after
Yeah.
you wear it in for a bit, like a couple of weeks, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Couple weeks.
Couple weeks,
Homie.
yeah.
Also, since it's a snapback, if you wear it backwards, you have the plastic part of it, so you
Yeah.
don't have to worry
Yeah.
about it.
But I wear this only because when I work, my hair gets in my eyes and stuff like that. So I always wear it when I'm working, so it's easy to break in.
So, have you tried those ones?
I have.
Are those easier or no? You just
No,
prefer
I mean,
those?
I just prefer these. Just
Oh, okay.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Because
it
I can
fits
only wear
a
those
little better.
backwards.
Yeah.
Wearing it forwards, it just hurts. But
Yeah.
forward, if I wear it backwards, then I look like a 5-year-old, and I'm like,
A 5-year-old, I don't think
just-
that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
it might be 6 or 7.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
There we go. That sounds more believable.
I can't
Yeah.
rock the straight bill hats
Yeah.
either, man. It's
If I get
I
those,
feel
I'll
like my
like-
head's too skinny, and I put them on, and I'm like,
That
man,
might be it.
I look like someone who's trying to be something that they're not. that's what I feel like I look like when I put these hats on.
well, he was
Now
a
that-
skater boy.
He said, "See you later, boy."
See you later.
Na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
I love it. We're just gonna get right into that.
Oh, yeah,
I
dude.
should have worn a hat too. Dude, it's fine.
Yeah, man.
I just spike up my hair.
There you go. You
Looks
handsome
better than
devil.
my hat anyway.
So,
Just kidding.
we let the internet know that you're going to be on the show today,
Oh,
and
sweet.
as one would expect, they exploded in a sea of questions. So
Whoa.
we are going to go to Patreon first.
Sweet.
And we're going to see what questions these guys have for us. So the first question comes from... Sorry, I'm actually reading this question, and I don't
Okay.
know how long this answer is going to be, but let's do it. Patrick Castillo, shout out to you, man.
Hell yeah.
Asks, Yoshi, hi there. Gotta
Hi.
ask,
Hey.
you were in one of my favorite movies with Emma Stone, Easy A.
Hell
Oh,
yeah,
right?
dude.
I forgot about that.
Wow.
How
So-
often? Yeah, this is what he's known for.
Yeah, dude. So let me tell you, I was actually watching this movie before I moved out here, and me and my girlfriend at the time were watching it, and I was looking, and I was like, "Hold on a minute, I recognize that person. And she's like, who is it? And I was like, I can't remember right now.
But I know
I
that
know
guy.
who he is.
You're
I
like-
know that guy.
She's like, why do you care about just random
like-
extra?
Dude, I literally stopped the movie, rewinded, and I was like, who is it? And I sat there for 5 minutes. I was like, it's Yoshi. Why didn't I remember that?
Because I don't look like that at all.
It's true.
The hair, like,
Completely different.
bro, that was a bad time in my life, yo.
That's one of those things where you're like, oh man, where were they before?
Yeah. Yeah,
So, his question is, how often did you get to interact with Emma, and what projects are you currently working on, NDA exempt?
And
Lol.
what? And
NDA exempt. So basically,
Oh,
you know,
NDA exempt.
yeah.
Oh,
Things
got
that
it, got
you
it.
can talk about.
Okay, so let me think. With Emma Stone, all right, so I was an
Do you
extra.
mind talking closer?
Oh
to
yeah,
the mic?
I was an extra on that show. I was literally there to do nothing, just background work. During the first part of the day, they wanted some people to be like dancing, so we were there dancing just randomly at a high school because kids dance in a high school.
Absolutely. That's
what
And then I
happens.
did a backflip. And
They
were
made
like,
3 movies about it.
dope. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, that's true. Touche. Well played.
Nice.
So I did a backflip, and then the director was like, "Oh, I love it. You're gonna do that again." I was like, "Okay, sweet. We're gonna give you a bump." I was like, "Sweet, sounds good." I was like, "Sweet, I'm getting paid more today."
Yeah.
And then near the end of the day, they had scenes where I was just sitting in the cafeteria while they were doing that scene, and they were like, "You come here," and I thought I got in trouble because I was like there with my girlfriend at the time, and my Peter. Peter was there.
Yeah.
My Peter. My brother Peter was there at the time.
My Peter.
And
My
another
Peter
friend
was
of mine
there.
who was also doing extra work. So we just sat ourselves in the same table at the cafeteria. They were like, yeah, sit wherever. So I was like, I'm gonna be, a rebel, and I'm gonna sit on the table. So I sat on the table, and then my girlfriend at the time was like, come on, she didn't want to cause anything. Just sit down, just sit down. Let's just get through this day without getting in trouble. Just sit down. I was like, it's fine. It's gonna look cool. Like people in cafeterias do that. So I just sat down, and then I get a tap on my shoulder. I was like, yes. And he was like, can you come with me for a second? I was like, oh, fruitcake. They all looked at me. They're like, oh, no.
Uh-oh.
And then they put somebody else in my place. But then they had him sit on the table as I'm walking away. And I was like, I guess they like that part, but just not me? That sucks. And they're like, all right, so you're going to stand here, and you're going to get the food into your tray. And the actress is going to come up to you, and you're just gonna look at her in awe, like how beautiful she is. That's exactly what they said, right? And I was like, yeah, she is. Hello, right? And then I looked back to my girlfriend at the time. I was like, I'll be fine. It's not. This is
No
not.
big deal.
This is not
This is
a. But,
acting.
and then so they're like, okay, yeah, so and action. I'm like, oh shoot, this is real stuff. This is like my first year of doing anything related. I did extra work for just for fun.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be in the industry at all. That's how I got into it.
Yeah.
So doing extra work, and then
You lucky bastard.
it was fun. Like I decided this is
That's
how I want.
always
This is
how
what I
it
want to do.
is.
Yeah, you find out it's so much fun. So I was like doing it, and then she
Lucky
came
is
by.
not. That's not the correct word. This is one of the most talented people I know, actually.
Yeah.
So
Well,
guy
thank you,
works.
thank you. And then so I was like, putting food, and I saw how pretty she was. So I was like, I wonder, it'd be pretty funny if I just spilled food onto my hand. And I was like, yeah, and I like caught it and everything, and then she kind of just like walks away, and I was like, I hope that was all right. And they're like, cut, like that was great. You're gonna do it again with pour it into the hand, like that, wipe your hand off. So they did the whole thing about it, and they like made it a little bit longer. And then I made it into the trailer of the movie.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
Look
dude.
at you.
yeah. And then they gave me a character name and everything.
what was your character's name?
Eric Ling or Liang, I believe was the character name, because the whole time this whole scene is happening, she's narrating like, oh, and Eric Ling, did you guys watch the movie?
Yeah,
I
watched
didn't
it.
see
I did.
it.
So
Yeah.
it's about like her pretending to be a slut in school,
Yeah.
and she like had that A because the scarlet letter.
Yeah.
Basically, they were like showing that she's pretending to be slut with different people.
Yeah.
So I would pay her in certain currency like money or cards or whatever, and she would say that.
You guys hooked
would
up.
Do something, yeah.
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 So it was like, oh, Eric Ling and I hooked up behind this and this and this and this, and he paid me in Google cards or something. I don't remember what she said, but I was like, wait, they gave me a character, but I was just an extra. I was just an
Wow,
extra.
That is awesome,
That's
dude.
awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
they didn't. I should have been a character name. I should have been a day player. But now, knowing the world, I would have been like, I should have been paid a lot more.
Yeah, should have been.
You
day
learn.
rate.
You live and learn.
Hey,
Live and
I mean,
learn.
that was one of those circumstances where you just started out and they
Yeah.
totally gave you a bump, and it's like now people are looking back and talking about it. So
Yeah, I'm surprised people saw that. Like, not many people have noticed that because my hair was so different. I had my emo hair.
So people
Man.
have texted me
So that was your
picture.
actual hair.
Really?
Yeah,
That
people
was
have
my
texted
actual hair.
Wow.
because people have texted me actually that picture and said, "You know Yoshi, right? Is that him?" And I just laugh. I'm like, "Yeah, that's him."
Yeah, that's him.
It was actually
You
a really
can't
good
miss
movie.
him.
I've heard it was
great.
Really liked
Yeah.
that movie.
Oh, I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
I love
was
Emma
stoked.
Stone, dude.
It was really good.
I really liked her in Spider-Man.
She was
Hell
one of the
yeah.
best parts of
Yes,
Spider-Man.
that was
honestly,
my absolute
yeah.
favorite part.
Without a doubt.
Their chemistry just felt like real, and I know a lot of people kind of give that movie a lot of shit, but
Yeah.
I really like the moment where he just barely catches her and her back just cracks.
Her head just like
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they did
Slams
such a good
against
job
the
with it.
Oh
ground.
my god,
Ugh.
that moment! Everyone already knew what was.
Yeah,
gonna
everybody
happen.
was like, the clock tower. No.
Oh, yeah.
God, no.
Yeah.
You already
Please,
know, you know?
please don't
But
take
then-
us to the clock tower.
Dude, there was one moment where we're just like, please, just say, like, it might happen. She might be saved. Maybe they change
Yeah,
the
it's
story.
like, oh no, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
No,
Please,
it's not
edit,
fine.
please.
It's not fine.
I'm so glad they killed her though. Like it was not
God.
like not, but like that was we're talking about it
That was
because
a
they
great
killed her.
arc. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
The
And
way they did it too is
Yeah.
also very memorable.
and she was such a like really well developed like that those two movies are very very flawed, which is why Tom Holland is the new Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why, but Andrew
But the
Garfield
suit,
yeah, the suit's dope.
the second
Oh,
suit.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and
Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Oh, so dope.
So
So,
my
favorite, yeah.
dope. It's the
Hell
best
yeah.
one, I think.
Yeah.
But like Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone were not the problem
No,
with
they were
those
not.
movies
not
at
at
all.
all.
They were the only
Redeeming quality.
yeah, beacon of light in that movie.
Seriously.
Totally.
And my
That
buddy
relationship.
Ilram, he was, and William Spencer. Those were the stunt doubles for Andrew Garfield.
Shout
On
out to
point,
those
guys.
guys.
Oh,
On
yeah.
point, y'all.
I mean, they killed it. They did amazing.
Yeah.
yeah, they did.
They,
Dude, anytime we talk about a movie, you're like, oh, shout out to my buddies who stunt double for that character. It's like, you know everyone.
well, the stunt community is pretty small, and,
Yeah.
and you know, like Ilram, he was the stunt double for Andrew Garfield. He's amazing, and he actually choreographed Homecoming.
Oh,
Pretty
that's
sure.
cool.
Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that's what he did. But
Dope.
He's amazing. He's so good. And that scene where they're doing the web slinging in the Manhattan Bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Under the
You know
bridge.
how he like spins backwards and then shoots the thing, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's so cool!" Completely an accident. He was doing it apparently, and he was telling me he was doing it, and then the wire kept swinging him. He was like, "Oh no, and he was like, "Well, I don't want to just ruin the take." He's like, "Screw it, I'm just gonna turn around and swing it that way and catch on." And then they ended up, they're like, you can do it again without the turning around or whatever. Did it a couple times, but they ended up taking that one because
Wow.
it looked so cool. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah,
ever
it
thought
was
about
sick.
Spider-Man spinning around and shooting his web that way. It was like, that, no one's done that before.
That's
it's never been in the comics like that
crazy.
or anything. Yeah. He
It
created
was
that
an
move.
accident.
It was an accident, but because he went with the flow and improved.
Dude,
That takes skill.
that's an awesome story.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just stuff like that you never hear of.
Yeah. And if you go to his Instagram, at Ilram Choi, you can see he just put a clip of the rehearsal, like the behind the scenes of it. He has a bunch of that stuff.
It's
He's
a
actually
wire
retired
rig, right?
now.
That's right under the bridge.
Yeah,
and-
so it's a track,
Yeah.
and it's just on him, and then they start here, and they go woo, and then it makes him swing this way, side to side.
That's
Dope.
so cool, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
Dope.
he's a
Awesome.
beast. He's done like he's Storm Shadow. He did Snake Eyes, I think. Wait, actually, did he do Storm Shadow? He might have been just Snake Eyes.
I thought Snake Eyes was Ray Park.
The double.
Ah,
Yeah. Ray Park doesn't do his own double stunts.
of course not. Why would he?
No,
I thought he was a stunt guy. I thought he did his own stunts.
he's an action guy.
Yeah.
but he has doubles. I don't know if I'm
I
supposed
guess.
to say that. Whatever. I haven't worked with them.
I guess once your name gets up there.
Yeah, well,
I
that's,
mean,
I'm always a
insurance
proponent
purposes.
about like, there's always stunts is a necessary thing.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Unless we're doing stuff where we cannot afford a stunt double, I get it, you know. But on a big budget movie, everybody's gonna have a double because for multiple reasons, right? You know, like you were saying, insurance,
Yeah.
all this other stuff. For me personally, I will always want a double. They're not gonna pay me double to hit the ground. Like, so I might as well get my homie, and that way we can work together.
And they get
You know
paid,
what I
too.
mean? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fair
point.
I'm not gonna hit the ground for free to stroke my own ego. Like,
Yeah.
I know, because everybody thinks like it's cool, do your own stunts and everything, you know. And everybody's always asking me like, "Wait, you had double on Power Rangers?" I'm like, "Yeah, I had 5." You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and I'm
yeah.
very happy about it. They
That's
all
badass, dude.
Basically, I
That's
had
actually
5 guys.
just as badass.
Yeah.
You're like Chris Evans and Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It's my stunt team. Sometimes I let him take the close up. Or no, sometimes I let him do the wides.
And that's the thing.
Is that
like,
what you
they're
do with
always,
with your double? I'm just kidding.
That's exactly how I say it too. Sometimes I let them do the wides.
Wow.
No, but they're basically people who are saving my life.
Oh, totally.
The guy who doubled me on Power Rangers the very first day, I met him that day, and he was like, "Oh, he was just kind of trying to see how I move so he can imitate me perfectly," which is crazy, by the way. They do such
On
a
the
good job.
day.
And then he had to take a stair fall on concrete, and my character's clothing is a tank top, and short shorts. So there's no knee pads, no elbow pads.
Oh my
And he
God.
has open-toed shoes. So he's hitting concrete and just he's bleeding because there's no other. You're just gonna hit the ground.
Yeah.
And I was
Shit.
like, "Thank you." Like, it would have been me, right? And all those people who were like, "Oh, I would do my own stunts." I'm like, "All right, go do that then."
ahead,
I
feel free.
thought stunts was a little punch and kick. No, stunts is kind of dirty,
Yeah.
And if you want to do your own action, completely different. I love doing my own action because it makes sense. Like, you're seeing my face, I might as well do it, and if I can pull it off, it looks better for camera and it's better for the story.
Yeah.
But if you're not seeing my face, I'm hitting the ground. Why subject myself to that kind of pain and unnecessary pain?
Yep.
And unnecessary, risks. Where if I fall the wrong way, or even if I don't fall the wrong way and it's supposed to happen that way, and I get a scratch on my face, that's an extra hour. And that makeup has to come in early.
Yeah.
They have to touch it up every so often when you can see it or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's like a whole week or 2 extra stuff, and everybody else is doing extra things. I'm like, why? There's no
Yeah.
point. You're just making everybody's lives miserable.
Yeah.
By
just making the job harder.
So-
by stroking your own ego.
On Nightwing the series, I didn't have a double for the first half of the
Right.
of the shoot. So like we did a full fight scene where I didn't have a double, and I did get a double, Eddie, who doubled me throughout some of like the major moments of the rest of that fight scene, and
lot of
some
the
of
flips.
for all the flips and the crazy kicks and stuff like that. But there was I think the reason why that became such a super important thing is me and Lance, he was on the show last week, we were doing the stunt choreography, and neither of us could really see that well. It was super dark. He had his Deathstroke mask on, and I had my Nightwing mask on, and so like peripherals were all messed up, and then we were doing the choreography so many times that one time there's a moment where I stabbed with my my baton, and he flips the sword around and knocks the baton out of my hand. Well, I didn't pull my arm back fast enough, and he couldn't see that I didn't pull my arm back. So through muscle memory, he just spun the sword, which was polypropylene sword, which is like you can crack a watermelon in half with that thing, and got me right in the wrist.
Yep.
And we did the rest of the fight. We did the rest of that moment, and as soon as Adam, the director, yelled "cut," I dropped the stick and went, I walked over and I was like, guys, I think my hand might be broken. And they're like,
my
what
God.
happened? What happened? And I was like, watch playback. And he just kakoosh, right there.
Damn.
And for about a week, I was like, I think it was just a really bad bone bruise.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like I was fine like after a week and a half, but I was like, guys, we can't shoot the rest of that scene. I can't move my wrist.
I'm very impressed that you kept going. I would have been like, "Ooh, cut, y'all."
I was like, dude, it wasn't
moment,
that much.
yeah.
Well, I know it hurt like a bitch. I was as soon as it
Yes, it did.
as soon as it hit me, I was out of it. But I was like, I'm not gonna ruin the take. When
Yeah. Because then you have to do it again.
well, I mean, yeah, if I did it right this time, then we're good.
Yeah, we're done.
And I think that was the last one we did do, and we just moved on after that. But
Yeah.
that was like ridiculous. I think we like wrapped up my hand hella hard. Like those bracers I was wearing on my
Yeah.
arm were metal, and then we actually had like boxing wraps around like hand wrap, like
Yeah,
MMA
yeah.
hand wraps. That's what's wrapped around my wrist. And so we just tightened it up real tight, and we just did the rest of the shoot that day. But
Damn.
Commitment.
I know this isn't
Yeah.
like anywhere near as bad as what you guys do.
No, not at all.
But I twisted my ankle once shooting a live show. I was carrying a 20-pound camera on my shoulder, and it was
Oish.
live, so there were no second takes. So I was walking down the pits in the front row,
Yeah.
and I was kind of like tracking sideways. My toe hit one of the CO2 machines for the live show, and it twisted my ankle inward, and I landed right on top of the side of my foot.
holy shit,
But
dude!
I like winced. I almost fell, but I held the camera up, and then I continued the rest of that show with that ankle still throbbing.
You were just walking on it still?
Yeah, I was still walking on it.
What's
And
wrong with you?
No, that's not what you do.
Yeah,
But,
you're like, someone else, grab the camera.
no, but I just needed to finish that song
Right,
out, so
right,
it was
right.
only a few minutes more. So I got someone to kind of step in for me, but that sucked bad.
Commitment.
Yeah.
Literally stepped
Yeah,
in.
don't break the tape.
Let's
Whatever.
let's take another question.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
clearly
yeah.
that was the guy. I hope we answered your question, Pat.
Boom. there you go, Pat.
Fong Fam asks, "Hey Yoshi,
Hey,
How
Fong
did-
Fam.
how did you enjoy the new Power Rangers movie? Who was your favorite Ranger from the movie, and what was your favorite scene?"
All right, sweet.
That's
We
a lot
were
of
just
questions.
talking about this.
That
So
was three
done.
questions,
Jinx.
Fong, not one.
Yeah, all right.
You owe me a Coke.
I really enjoyed. I called it. You owe me a Coke.
Okay, fine.
All right.
I do.
Let me just straighten that out real quick. I really enjoyed the film. It was a lot of fun. I went into it. I know a lot of people were like, it's not like a Power Ranger film. So I went into it with just kind of as no expectations, and I really had fun with it. The heart was all there. It was fun. It was.
I think that's the key word, fun.
It was really fun. I
Yeah.
had a lot of fun with it. And my favorite Ranger, it's gonna sound biased to all heck, but he was the Blue Ranger.
Hey, he was
not
everybody's
biased.
favorite.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's
The
be
thing
honest.
is, they gave him so much more to do.
So much more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he had a lot of range, and he played the character very well.
Yeah.
And it
Definitely feel for
somebody,
him.
yeah, and somebody said this, and they were like, that character could have been played annoyingly,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and it was getting on the verge of it, but he did it so well that it wasn't annoying, and he
It was
did a really
endearing.
good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very charming and endearing, and that's what really I was like, oh, this is great, and so
You
he
should have
was
been
easily-
cast as Zach, bro.
That would have been cool.
Like, I don't know why you weren't cast as Zach.
Well, I wasn't. I mean, I was on the show, and they were TV
Yeah,
show,
they wanted
movie.
separate, but you
Yeah.
totally could have nailed it.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Oh,
But
that would've
Ludi's
been so
great.
cool.
Ludi, good job, bro. I don't know if you're gonna watch this, but you did a good job.
He's probably not gonna watch this.
He's not gonna watch this.
He did actually. He was my second favorite Ranger for
Yeah?
sure. Yeah, I didn't think they gave Yellow enough to do.
Ooh, a little tidbit, some Ranger wisdom geekiness. So, you notice in the movie they kept calling her Dee Dee. It's like, no, it's Trini.
Yeah.
Reason why they call her Dee Dee is because the original Yellow Ranger's name was Dee Dee.
Oh.
The very first pilot, it was a Hispanic girl, not Trini. Then she didn't end up taking the job, and they went with
Interesting.
Tui Trang, and
Yeah.
character's name
wow,
was Trini.
that's
That's
really
why they were
diving
like,
into history.
yeah,
The more you
I
know.
saw that.
I don't know
I
if
saw
that's
the
what
pieces
they're-
of that pilot
Oh,
with,
yeah,
with the
I did
original
too.
cast.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that it was Dee Dee, and yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a different person.
Huh.
Yeah,
Cool.
And I didn't even think about it, and I was watching it, and I was like, they keep calling her Dee. And then my fanness, super fanness came out of me, and I was like, okay, I need to stop.
Stop.
Everybody was like, okay, bro. They're calling her Dee Dee because I'm gonna shut up. Okay.
I feel like this movie was kind of like a fanboy's dream.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, that Mighty Morphin sound
Oh
coming
my
on.
god, dude!
yeah,
Our entire show,
dude.
people were like, "Fuck yeah!"
I came back home. I think me, Fred, and Angela went and saw it. And we come back home, and I'm like, and Nolan and Jeremy are just like playing video games. I think you guys were playing Rock Band or something.
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
And I was like, guys, you need to see Power Rangers. You gotta go watch it right now. It was so awesome.
It was so cool.
He's
guys.
reminding me of. Oh wait, you guys don't watch My Hero Academia. My Hero
No, I
Academia.
haven't seen it.
Izuku Midoriya.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
the most. We were talking about this when Angela was on the show. That he is the most relatable character in anything I think I've ever seen. I could relate to him more than anything.
Boku no Hero is one of my favorite animes right now.
Oh my
need
God,
to watch
same.
that.
Done.
Dude,
Do it.
yes.
Hurry.
It's the best. It combines like awesome anime action with the thing that we also love, which is superheroes. And it's oh God, it's so good.
It is so good.
I'm probably
I'm
gonna
right
end
there
up
with you,
watching
man.
it.
Watch
It's
it.
so good.
I'm probably gonna end up watching it now.
Good.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it.
It's endearing. It's hella endearing.
It's so heartwarming. Cry every episode pretty much.
I cry every
I
time.
don't cry.
I don't
I
cry.
watch that. and
My
I'm like,
tears
"Ah."
cry.
You're just like
My tears will cry.
My tears
just
cry
like-
for me.
a tear just starts streaming down your face, and you're like, no, and it's
I love that we all knew that. We all saw it on our heads. That's what's gonna happen.
Hey, if you saw that little tear thing in your head, leave a comment below. and Let us know.
Let us know if your mind was in the same place.
Yeah. What was the last part of that question?
The last part. Okay,
What was
hold
your
on.
favorite scene?
So
Favorite
your
scene.
favorite scene, your favorite character.
Aside from that
Yeah.
part, the woo, Mighty
Yeah.
Morphin song,
Yeah.
you know, and I left that. They kept it as the original. I think. I don't know. But I liked when Jason just slapped.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, that was good.
Damn.
That was good. I enjoyed that very much.
Hell yeah.
I enjoyed that immensely.
very much.
Just slapped
I
it.
don't-
down.
I know
That
it
was sweet justice. Oh, it felt so good.
I love those kinds of moments. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's just such a fun moment. And he didn't get in trouble for it. It was
is.
great.
Because like that's the kind of thing that you think of and you feel it's like, oh man, I wish I could just slap that guy.
Yeah.
When a
Wham.
character does it for you, it's like, yes.
But the funny thing is that he slapped him.
Yeah.
And he's like,
It wasn't a
did you
punch.
just slap me?
He's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now go sit down. All right. Well,
I was like, all right, dude, I kind of like Jason already.
that
That
was a
one
great
shot in the
character
beginning
moment.
of the movie was nuts.
Yeah, man.
Oh, it's a whole one
we
take
ever-
in
I
the
could.
car,
I
right?
did not
Yeah.
like that at all.
Really?
That was, I think, one of my. I hated that
One of
scene.
your gripes?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was just. Well, I get motion sickness. I'm
Oh,
pretty
okay.
sure that's why. I was just like,
Oh,
well,
okay. Cool. I'm gonna keep that in mind for anything we shoot you in.
yo, as in like you're gonna make me do it.
Yes.
Yeah, Yoshi's going to be in some stuff with us soon, so keep your eyes peeled.
Check it out.
If you like yourself some Yoshi,
Hey.
all right. to be confused with our social media manager, Yoshihide. Yeah, our
Oh.
social media manager's name is Yoshihide, and we were like, yeah, Yoshi's going to be on the show. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm in Boston.
Oh.
But
Well, he's in Boston.
he lives in
Yeah.
Boston.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
I didn't know that.
We have friends with two Yoshis.
Hey.
What are the chances
Not
of
many
that?
people
Yeah.
can say that.
Not a lot of people can say that.
You know,
that's
that
crazy.
didn't come out right. I was like, nah, people say that.
All right, so from Twitter, Jose Velez at Mr_J_Velez asks, which of these is
A lot
your
of
favorite
underscores.
kind of jam? Strawberry, grape, or space?
Oh.
We all know
Space
the right
Jam.
answer.
Done.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Space Jam.
I like that a lot.
It's funny that you
good,
did that.
dude.
That's actually how I learned English.
Space Jam?
Space Jam?
Really?
Space Jam.
Wow.
Welcome to the Space Jam. Oh,
Oh, right.
yeah.
You were born
That's-
in Indonesia.
I was born in Indonesia, and in Indonesia we had certain movies, and Space Jam was one of them. And we played that movie over and over and over. We were able to recite the words at the time,
Wow.
and we had subtitles in Indonesian. So
Oh, okay.
that's
So you
kind
knew
of how
what
I
they were
learned.
saying.
Yeah, kind of. I was starting to kind of put it together because I
Yeah.
watched it so many times that I no longer had to look at the subtitles, and I just listened. And then when I came to America, I learned through watching Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory. That's why I said laboratory for till high school.
Till high school, you
I said laboratory, and they were like, "It's laboratory, dude." And I'm
no.
like, "No, it's laboratory."
It
And
is
it's like, "That's
laboratory.
what Dexter says," and they're like,
Oh my
"You're
God.
an idiot."
I love this story.
like-
It's amazing.
Don't
It's not laboratory.
don't let them break you down. It is laboratory.
I can't believe that you learned English from Dexter's Lab. Like, what accent is that? Is it German or is it
know.
Russian?
I have no
What is
idea.
it? Is it British?
It's Dexter.
Didi, you are stupid. Just like, what accent is this?
No idea.
I
It's
don't
Dexter.
know. Guys, if you know what accent Dexter has, please, for the love of God, I have Googled it to no avail. I don't know what accent
know, man.
he's speaking in.
I definitely did pick up some English from Dexter's Lab.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Because when I was a kid, all I knew was Vietnamese until I went to kindergarten at like 4,
Whoa.
5. So
But you were born here.
yes, I was born here, but
Okay.
like we only spoke English or Vietnamese at home.
Interesting.
So whenever I was at home with my parents, and I was sheltered, so I didn't go out much. So all I
They're
spoke
like,
was,
screw you, good luck.
yeah, they were like, here you go. And I remember first day of kindergarten, I was like, why does no one understand me? What is anyone
Oh
saying?
my God,
I
that
didn't-
is awesome.
I didn't know the concept of languages and like different ethnicities.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that was
Crazy
crazy.
to
So
think
then
about.
I just hid behind the tree in the playground the whole day.
Well,
Typical
everyone
Jeremy
out,
fashion.
everyone out there, this story explains a lot, doesn't it?
I don't know, man. That's how
I don't
learned.
know, man. Oh, and Blue's Clues. That's right.
Oh, yes.
yeah, Blue's
yeah.
Clues.
Those were the 3 shows.
You're hitting on all the notes right now, man.
Yeah, bro.
My childhood.
That's how we do.
Coming back.
Childhood. Yep. Yep.
Yes, my English lessons.
Yeah. Oh, and Final
Cartoon.
Fantasy 7.
Oh.
Kind
You
of.
lost
And Mega
me.
Man
I'm sorry.
X4.
Mega Man X4. I loved Mega Man X4, dude. That was
So
the first,
good.
That was the first Mega Man game
That you were
I think I ever played.
Same. Done.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play the originals. I played Mega Man X after, and I was like, this is far superior to 4.
I think that
Mega
was
Man-
my first one, too. Mega Man X.
Yeah,
PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Mega Man X4, I think, was the first one on
That's
PlayStation.
the one
yeah.
Okay, that was the
Mega
one I
Man
played
8
then.
was also on PlayStation, but I think Mega Man X, X2, and X3 were all on Super Nintendo, if
Right.
I am...
Yeah. Mega Man
Not
X was
mistaken.
the original, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mega Man X
The-
ruled, dude.
The only Mega Man game I've ever played is Mega Man Legends.
Oh,
Legends.
good
I
man.
heard that was good.
Yeah.
Good man.
I like Mega Man
I-
Legends. People give that game a lot of shit.
Kicking the stuff into the cans.
Yeah, dude.
That was the huge.
The worst part about it, though, is I didn't have a PlayStation 1 memory card on my PlayStation 2, so I had to start from the beginning every time.
Damn.
I don't know how you guys did that.
Yeah.
Because
So
they
when
both
I-
have stories where they did that.
So
Why?
My first game console ever, that's not handheld, was the original PlayStation, and so my mom, Asian mom, doesn't buy anything extra. So you get this, that's all you get. No game over $20 either. So I always had either the greatest hits games or the jam packs because it's a good deal.
Yeah.
And she didn't like the memory card is like, it doesn't come with it, so why do you need it? To save the game, Mom. I can't just keep starting over. I don't care. Well, damn. I had to start every game over every time unless I was willing to keep it on overnight.
Did
And
you
just
guys
never turn it off?
So, because the PlayStation had a lot of problems, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys ever do the thing where you like, I don't know if this was just me, like when it wouldn't turn on, it's like spinning. You can
Yeah.
hear it spinning and it's trying.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of like put your
Your
ear
ear
up
to-
to
you're
the
like,
thing
"Please
and you're
work."
Come on, come
Oh,
on,
I do
baby,
that
come
too.
on. Yeah.
What I did was I just kind of pushed down in the middle of the disc tray, and then eventually the spinning noise goes away, and then it loads up. But then once I release it, it just crashes. Yep. It
That
sucks.
sound, that we're like, yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's
my god, I
working.
love that sound.
I would
Like,
blow
please.
on it.
Yeah, yeah,
down.
yeah.
Like that was actually effective.
Dude,
See, I didn't even know there was an overheating problem. I left mine on the carpet.
Mine was on the carpet.
Yeah.
I would leave out of the room to like make sure that I was like, maybe it's shy. Maybe if I don't look at it, it'll turn on.
Exactly. So I'll leave it for a
sometimes
couple
will
hours
work.
and come back in and try it again, see
No,
if it
but-
works.
I was on the opposite side of the spectrum where I had anger issues when I was little, so I would slap the shit out of it and be like, work. And you know what? 9 out of 10 times, it did.
I was
And,
scared of you.
and my brother would always be like, dude, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to help it. And then I would hit it and it would work. And I'd turn and look at him and then I'd just say, sometimes you got to teach it who's boss.
You said this as a kid?
I said this as a kid.
Oh my god.
See, I did that with my GameCube. Yeah, because that
Yeah.
had problems too.
Dude,
with
the thing
disc
is,
tray.
when you're talking about those consoles and you're just wanting the will that you want it to work,
Yeah.
you're spending 15 to 20 minutes
You will
just trying
it
to
to
make
work.
this work. You're trying anything and everything, man. It doesn't matter what you're doing, you're just trying it. You're
Yep.
like, maybe if I just sit here and I do jumping jacks, maybe something will
Maybe,
happen.
yeah. We all had different ways.
Yeah, man.
I
You
like
guys-
doctored it. I literally like would
Did you guys
listen
ever
to it.
pick it up and like try to shift it and
Yeah.
move it?
Oh yeah, I
'Cause
did
you're like-
that.
How many
Makes different
consoles did I
noises.
break just being an idiot as a kid, dude?
You know,
Well-
someone at PlayStation's like, you son of a bitch. You ruined
My
it.
PlayStation, I bought it in Indonesia. And in Indonesia, we...
You had mod chips?
Go ahead.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so our discs were cheaper. The games were cheap. They were like $4 or $5.
Because they were
Right?
bootlegs.
And they were... and they were, the bottom wasn't black.
Yeah.
basically. Came to America and we went to go buy a new game. My dad was like, all right, you know, new country, you can buy one game. I'm like, sweet. We go and buy
get
one.
one.
And I was like, oh, Trap Gunner. Like, very obscure game. I don't think anyone played it. And we
Was
bought
that for
it.
the PS2?
Oh, it's PS1.
PS1?
Trap Gunner. Trap Gun? Trap
Never
Gunner.
heard of it.
I haven't either.
It's a very,
really
it's a
familiar.
very fun game, and it's basically like 4 people playing, and you walk around and put traps, and you shoot each other. It's pretty cool. People have different, yeah. Anyway, I was like trying to get it, and my dad was like talking to the guy. He was visibly upset to the people. Who was like, and then he came back to me, and we're like, all right, let's go. And he took it. I was like, hey, is everything okay? And he was like, yeah, game costs a lot of money. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, it's $40. I was like, how much are our normal games? Like $4, like 10 times the what? What is the deal? And then I opened it, and then it had black on the bottom. I was like, that can't be right. I don't want to put this in my PS. Like, it's gonna destroy
gonna
it.
break it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But apparently that's the right way to do it.
Yep.
That's the way it's supposed to
That's
be.
the official way.
I was like, what the heck?
I know.
I've been playing all kinds of lies. Yeah.
I've been playing lies.
Like
fun.
played all of them were
Did
just
yours have the blue bottom instead of black?
No, they were silver because they were
Silver.
normal CDs.
They were normal CDs. Yeah,
he had a
CD-ROMs.
modded
okay.
PlayStation.
that could
Oh,
play.
so for the PS2, I remember playing a game, or I tried to play a game. I put the disc in, and I looked at the bottom, and it was blue. And I was like, "Why isn't it working? It's supposed to be silver, you know, like a regular DVD."
Yeah.
And I was like, "This doesn't make any sense." And the whole day, I was trying to figure out how to work it. And I had an official PS2, like it was
Right.
you
From
know,
here,
it was
yeah.
real. So I took the disc out. I was looking at the disc. I was just staring at the disc for like a good 5 minutes. I was like, God damn it. I peeled the film off the back. It was still brand new, factory sealed. I'm like, put it back in, and it worked.
But
So-
didn't mess up your PS2.
No, it didn't. So from then on, I always check the bottom of the disc to make sure there isn't a film at the bottom. I don't know why an official packaged game had a film on the the
It makes no sense.
No,
never-
I've never
right?
gotten a game
I've
like
never.
that.
I think
like
it was
that.
just a one game that
Just
you
had
got.
one game because
That one guy didn't do his job.
Yeah,
one
one
guy.
dude in the
caused
whole
me so
factory.
much trouble.
He's
Oh my
like,
gosh!
Not this one. I'm gonna let this one
I'm
slide.
gonna let that slide.
As soon as I found out about the mod chip thing, though, I was like, well, I guess I can just start playing modded games.
My
Stop buying
crazy.
the real ones.
GT Final Bout. I
oh
played that all the time.
You know, GT's not canon. I get it.
Yeah,
but,
but
Super
Final
Saiyan
Bout?
4, bro,
Dude,
yo,
Final Bout was
with that
dope.
pink fur, done.
ridiculous.
He was
man.
on the pink before pink was cool.
It's red.
That's
but
pink.
It's pink.
It's red.
It's,
It's
pink.
It's
It's
I'm
pink.
colorblind, but I'm pretty
I
sure
don't
it's
know.
pink.
I honestly don't know. I
You
just
two
go with
can't
it.
say it. It's,
Yeah.
See,
It's
Vegeta's
fuchsia,
Vegeta's looked red.
magenta.
Let's,
I'm
let's
googling
meet
him
in the
up.
middle somewhere.
Super Saiyan 4.
Saiyan.
Is it
4.
different in different like iterations? Or
No.
No.
for different characters, or it's just the same?
Honestly, like Goku has like it is more of like a there's like a pink tint to it, whereas like Vegeta is just straight up red. Like I mean,
Fuchsia.
look at that. That is
It's pink.
that there
I
is
honestly
a
can't tell. Like that.
Are you
looks-
red?
It's
Are you
the lighting,
colorblind too? No,
obviously,
right?
Yeah,
but
I'm
if you look in,
colorblind. I'm hella
like,
colorblind.
the
Ay, ay,
medium-
ay.
Where the medium color.
Hey guys, put this in the comments. Is it pink or is it red?
Super
Come on.
Saiyan
yeah. That's
4.
honestly yeah, guys. You tell us because we have 2 colorblind people at the table and
And the
we can't
two
really
that
weigh
are
in.
not are arguing between. If it's
Yeah,
pink,
so
it's
we
not.
have we don't know what side to fall on.
I mean, this also looks.
It may or may not be fan art.
I don't think this is. Yeah, I think this is fan art.
That may or may not be from the actual show.
It may,
That face does not look right.
but if you see it that it's fan art and everybody's like, well, they're coloring it pink,
Maybe they're
They're-
also colorblind.
interpreting it as pink.
I mean, I don't know. It's the way I always saw it was red because it was supposed to be like
I always thought it
terms
was
of
red.
power. Red shows power, so I thought that's what it was supposed to be.
I thought it was pink just because, Japan.
It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, they use very bright
how does that
colors.
explain anything?
Exactly.
I mean,
Okay.
you know,
It's just sometimes unexplained things happen. You just don't question it because it's just.
you also don't question it because it's GT. I mean, we
True,
watched
true,
it, and
true.
Vegeta has a handlebar mustache.
And he got a haircut for
what's
some
wrong with
reason.
You know, I actually
Hey,
didn't
what's wrong
watch it.
with
I was
that?
like,
Oh
I'm
no,
just gonna play the fighting game.
dude! I own the seasons. If you want to watch that,
No, don't do
I'm
it.
good, bro.
Don't do it.
I'm-
No,
yeah.
I understand.
I understand.
So
I-
Space Jam is the answer, by the way.
Oh yeah, Space Jam.
Space Jam, dude.
totally the answer.
We digress so hard.
Oh my god.
All right,
We're
so
gonna kick it into overdrive.
Raphael at Raf_ZS asks, and don't say what we're what we're working on here.
Oh, got it.
If you were to collab with Ismahawk again, what kind of video would you be interested in making with them? So what kind of video do you want to make with us?
Oh, all right. What kind of video would I make?
I feel like we've talked about so many
there's
freaking videos
so
over
many
the
different
years.
ones, yeah.
What is your wish?
Well, I mean, dude, it'd be dope to do like Boku no Hero, but with like different characters that hasn't been played on there. Just make our own Boku no Hero.
I'd be
That
down
might
with
be
that.
interesting.
Have you heard there's a spin-off manga? I think it's called, gosh, I don't know if this is the right name, but it is like Vandals or something like that. And it's basically takes place in the same universe as Boku no Hero, except it's like other characters. So there's like a vigilante Punisher type character, and apparently the manga's in the universe of Boku no Hero. It's just
Right.
like that's like prime real estate because it has nothing to do with the show.
Yeah.
It hasn't been seen in motion at all yet. And something we could totally
That'd be
do.
kinda
That
cool.
would be cool.
Yeah.
We share the love of Boku no Hero.
We cry over it. It's
Yeah?
great.
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
Tears have flowed.
What about something with Attack on Titan or Full Metal Alchemist?
Dude, yes.
That'd be sick.
Either
dude.
one, yes.
Gender Ben Mikasa. Done.
Gender Ben
Oh
Mikasa.
yeah, let's go.
Someone actually, Dylan Jenkins at Dylan_Jenkins 00
Double
says
zero.
he assumed. So you're totally gonna play your Blue Ranger on a minute matchup, right? Are you even allowed to do that?
That's.
I don't know.
Did you read your contract?
I mean, that would be a very vague thing. I mean, JDF has done it, so
That's true. That's so
Yeah.
true.
That's a very good point.
yeah. But
Are you allowed to talk about any
hair.
of the situation that happened with Megazord versus Voltron?
yeah, what do you mean?
Well, just the kind of like the setup for that, getting you in that video, like what we like how that all went.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we
can you
didn't
tell
really-
that story? Because I always thought that was interesting. Because the reason why we made you a Voltron pilot
It's because I.
is because you were already a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Right.
Want to get around that loophole?
Yeah, we were like, oh well, we don't want to get in trouble for making you a Power Ranger again, so let's make you the other guy.
Well, I remember he was
Makes
like
sense.
asking me about this whole Power Ranger for Voltron. He's like, which? He's like, you cool? You want to do blue? I was like, no, bro. Put me on Voltron. He's like,
He's like, can I be the leader of
Okay,
Voltron?
yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, you can be the leader of Voltron.
I was like,
that
done,
makes
Black
things a lot
Lion.
easier.
So I mean, I've always liked, not always. I started watching the Voltron series on Netflix, and
Yeah.
I freaking loved it. So I was like, Voltron, yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
Voltron's fucking
Black
dope.
Lion was my favorite.
Yeah.
So done.
No.
Do you see season 2?
Yes,
I still haven't seen season 2.
bro.
haven't
It's
gotten
so
around to it.
intense.
I know. I keep hearing about it. Is it darker than season 1?
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Still have to get
people
through
die?
the pilot of the first episode.
It's
Hush now.
consistent.
Yeah.
Like-
Hush now.
The
you
action.
watch it yourself.
Okay. All right.
Stop asking questions, you fool. I see where you're going.
I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I'm curious.
Oh, but a friend of mine who works at Saban, she's lovely, lovely girl. But she was like, "Hey, so." Oh no! When I walked in, I go to visit Saban's office every once in a while, and I go and visit, and she looks at me. She goes, I always say hi to her, and she goes, "I'm mad at you." I was like, "What?" She's like, "I'm mad at you. You know why?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "You know why? Sit down." I was like, "What? What's happening?" And she was like, "So Voltron wins, huh?" I was like, "What are you doing on the wrong team, Yoshi?" I was like, I mean, technically they're way faster, and I just gave her
technically the
details and
statistics-
stuff, and then she was like, "Shut up, I know that." She's just like,
Damn.
she was awesome. She's like totally joking with me, but at the same time, I was like, I know, I wanted to play a Voltron. I mean, I already played a Ranger,
Yeah.
We were so scared
Oh my god.
that we were gonna get in trouble.
Nothing, right?
Like nothing.
Cool.
I mean, the fact that someone who works there was like laughing about it is like,
Yeah.
oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Because we were legitimately like, it's too late to go back. We can't change it.
Yeah.
CG is very time consuming and expensive. We can't do this again. I am afraid that this is going to get taken down, but I guess let's just do it and see what happens. So, and we got off. I mean, we got ripped apart in the comments.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
always great.
I mean,
I stopped reading the
naturally.
comments for that video because I was like, All right. Well, you can only be called so many names before
Before it starts hurting you.
before you're just like, I am numb to this.
Yeah.
Let's just
It's
just
like watching porn, am I right?
That was awesome.
ridiculous,
Hey, how's it
man.
going?
Perfect. Well, that was the thing with like I was like, well, technically I was on the Ranger side as well
Yeah,
because I jumped in and doubled you.
That's true.
So I
Very
was
true.
in the Ranger side. I was like I wasn't on one
Dude,
only.
those
You got
moves
to
and
play both
poses
sides.
were so cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you guys didn't know, Yoshi actually choreographed all like the crazy spin moves when they were like, hey, it's us the Power Rangers, and doing all the cool stuff because it was funny because I was planning on doing it the entire time, and
You had your hands full, homie.
dude, yeah, I think Yoshi saw how stressed I was running around set, literally just getting everything going. We didn't have an AD, an assistant director on set, so I was running around doing all of it, and I was like, Yoshi, I think I'm going to pass out. I'm not going to be able to memorize these moves. Can you try to put on this Red Ranger costume and make me look cool, please? And he was like, I got you, bro. And then went and just blew it out of the water. And I was
Yeah.
like, thank God for Yoshi. You taught everybody how to do the moves
Yeah.
and how to do everything the right way.
Yeah,
And I was
dude,
just like,
you were teaching everyone the moves, and I was just helping Hassani. Like we were setting up the scene outside, and then when you guys came out, I was like, "Can I see what you guys are doing?" Pulled out the first moves, and I was like, oh, "Okay, cool. This is fucking dope. I don't have to worry anymore."
Like, all right, let's take. Well, I mean, it was just original moves. I wanted to play it as the
As
original
uniquely
as
as
possible.
possible,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I just did exactly what they. I was like, I was literally watching Power Rangers. Like, and red does this and that and that. Sweet. And yellow does this. Yellow is tough. I feel bad for the one that was in yellow. That was Marie Sturgis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, good luck, girl.
they all did so great, man. And they were all such good sports on set. Dude, I don't know who it was that I was talking to. It might have been Hassani. No. Maybe not. Someone just saw you like in action in the Power Ranger costume, like telling everybody what to do, and they were just like, "That guy is gonna be a movie star. Like that guy has just got it." And I just
Thank
kind of
you,
turned, and I
guys.
was just like,
I
"Yep,
appreciate that.
Ooh, Yoshi, he's hot.
ooh, Yoshi." Oh no, I can't say this. I can't. Well, I think I texted you that we have footage of someone checking you out. Like literally just like we have footage of someone just going. Wait,
really?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't tell you that.
I didn't know that either.
Oh shit. I'll tell you.
You
I'll tell
Sony
you.
did this?
Huh? Yeah, it was totally Sonny. No,
No,
it
it
wasn't.
wasn't Sonic.
It was me.
It was me. He wasn't even
was
there.
me.
I wasn't.
The ghost version of you.
Yeah,
just
I
stay
was
there.
3,000 miles away on the other side of the country.
Yes.
Yeah. So we
Where
had.
were you?
New Jersey.
Oh,
Yeah,
just
he's
moved
new.
here?
Yeah, he's new. He's a new member.
Well, all right. Welcome. I didn't know you.
Thanks.
I thought you like were already living here. and
Oh
then-
no.
Oh,
It's been 5 months. 4
well,
months.
nice.
Yep.
How do you like the heat?
I love the heat, especially
He
with all
is
of
a freak
Inhuman.
of nature.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
am.
Nope.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to get away from the heat. He's like absorbing it.
Yep.
He's thinking it's like Goku. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get the spirit bomb
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
shoot
yeah.
it
I
at
have to
him.
become a Super Saiyan after a while, right?
He's also
Yeah.
the biggest Dragon Ball Z fan
Ever.
like on the team by far.
I can
and
bet
I fucking
you
love
$5
that. You know.
right now he's wearing Dragon Ball Z socks.
No, I'm not.
Oh shit!
You just
but
lost a
one
bet.
day-
You give him $5.
Wow! I
You're
owe him a
welcome.
Coke and $5.
Wow, dude, you like straight up screwed Jeremy over right there.
sorry,
He's
bro.
like,
Damn,
nope, I'm not. But
dude!
my underwear.
Every single day, dude. Every
Have
day
you seen the
wear Dragon
two
Ball.
Dragon
I
Balls?
know, I do. Thank you. I have a pair in my bag upstairs, just so you know.
Okay.
Is there
Maybe 250?
Is there underwear that has like just 2 Dragon Balls
I'm sure
I'm
there is.
sure.
Oh, there's
Are.
got-
in the
Gotta
right
be.
Yeah.
position?
If
and
not,
then the
we have the
Shenlong.
The freaking dragon just.
There has to be.
If
there
not,
isn't-
make it.
Guys, if
Yes.
not, why don't we make that $1 million idea? Good job, Yoshi.
Done.
Let's go.
We want to be
Someone's
rich.
gonna make it right now and send it to us.
I know.
They're gonna be like, beat
Well,
you
damn.
to it.
So let's go over to the Facebook and see what questions they have for us.
Facebook.
All right.
Look at that.
So going to the face of the book for a question.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was cute.
that's from Noel. Mahmoud Hatem asks, which member of Ismahawk would you choose to join the Power Rangers? You can only pick one.
Would I choose to join?
Would you choose to join? Which one of
Well,
us?
you were close to getting red. You might as well.
All right.
You were already there.
I was hoping you'd pick me.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, well, Jeremy is just weirdly good at a bunch of different things.
True.
So
I don't know
he
about
might not
that.
be a bad person to have
I
there.
saw some of the stunts you did, bro.
What stunts?
You put yourself through a table.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That
you
was
did
fun.
the
correctly, but we
testing,
did it.
and you did some stuff in the
In
Nightwing. Yeah.
The opening scene. That
Yeah,
was
I
the
saw
first person
you.
to die.
I was like, ooh, professional
I wanna try
dyer.
that.
Professional dyer.
There's
I am
actually
a
That's me,
professional
bro.
dyer. Yeah.
I have died. I don't know how many times. Not a clue.
there's a subreddit, or there's a thread in our subreddit that is literally just saying that they want our audience saying that they want Jeremy to be a reoccurring character in our videos, but he just dies. He's just like there to just keep
so
dying.
he's like Kenny.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
Okay.
I'm
Interesting.
down. I'm down for that. You got to teach me some tricks to
Done.
dying.
Done.
All the cool stuff. Oh, this is a question I already know the answer to, but it's a great one. Dhruv asks, Hey, Dhruv, that's a cool name.
like
Hey,
that.
Yoshi, have you watched the Power Rangers before being cast in the show? If so, what's your favorite season?
Dhruv, welcome to this world. I'm just kidding.
welcome to the world.
Welcome. No,
just gave
I
you life.
am a huge fan. I super fan. You could consider me a super fan. Super fan. I watched Power Rangers as a kid. I grew up with it. I never grew out of it. I kept watching it. I did stop for a little bit during the Disney era. I did Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder. Kind of skipped over Operation Overdrive, Mystic Force, SPD. I did a little bit of SPD, but then
SPD Emergency.
hey, he knows what's up.
Wow.
Yeah.
But my and then I got back into it during Jungle Fury. Did you watch Jungle Fury?
I didn't. So for me, I watched up until Lightspeed Rescue, and then I started watching that, and I was like, I don't know, this one's just not doing it for me. I guess I think at that point I was just getting a little bit older, and then I was discovering other shows that I was like, oh, this is like Dragon Ball Z. I fucking like this shit.
Yeah.
So
was
like,
me.
And Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Yes, Jeremy, Game of Thrones. When I was probably
Only
like
12 years
12.
later.
Yeah, exactly.
But I remember coming back for Dino Thunder when JDF came back.
Yep, yep.
And
Had
then,
had
yeah, I saw a little bit of what's the one Dan was in?
Time Force.
Time Force. I watched a little bit of Time Force, and he was my favorite character. He was the most badass one.
Another answer
Quantum
to the
Ranger.
question. That was my favorite season.
Oh, really?
That was my
Nice.
favorite season.
That
I
one was
think.
dope,
Yeah.
dude. It was hardcore.
Time Force.
Power
Rangers. Go.
Yeah, I think everybody was like, "Oh, you guys are Voltron fanboys." When we made Voltron win in Power Rangers versus Voltron, I was like, "You don't know how much it killed me to do that."
don't know how much it
I am a
killed me.
huge Power Ranger
Yeah.
fan.
And since we have posted a picture of you wearing the Red Ranger outfit
Yeah,
when you were a child and then when you were an adult.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
that got a lot of likes. People were like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty cool."
that's pretty dope.
I have to find mine because I think I did the Green Ranger though. I dressed as the Green.
Nice.
I gotta be honest. When I got cast, they had this. They tricked me basically. They had me come out to the audition again, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is like the 20th audition." And I did my audition. It was a cold read, and then they were like, "Well, if this is what you want to do, if you want to save the world, then turn around, pick up that box, and open it." And I was like, and that was the end of the sides, and I was like, "What? Like, do it." Oh, there's a box there. Picked it up, opened it, and it said, "Congratulations, Yoshi Sudarso, you are the Blue Ranger."
That's badass, dude.
Cool.
That's awesome.
I was like, whoa, and we have the tape of it, like of everybody getting that, and we were just like, whoa, what? But then I was kind of like, in my head, I was going, "You don't mean the Green Ranger?" That character's really cool. He's got a sword. but I was like, green's my favorite color.
I thought you were
Damn.
cast perfectly as blue.
No,
honestly.
yeah. The Green Ranger wouldn't have fit me in this
Yeah.
era and role and everything.
Yeah.
But it's just that character because I watched the Japanese version.
Yeah.
And then in the Japanese version, he's got a reverse style saber, and he's the raptor. Raptor's my favorite,
Yeah.
dinosaur. It was just
That's
like,
dope.
oh.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Coda
that is pretty
is the
cool.
character that I
Yeah.
fit with
Totally.
really well, And to keep answering your question, Time Force was my favorite. I watched all of it. I watched a lot of Sentai as well. If you don't know what that is, it's the Japanese version before they adapted to the American version. So, if you didn't know that, there you go.
Now you know.
Who's your favorite Ranger
Ever?
ever?
Ranger like actor or Ranger like Ranger
In the story?
in the story? Yeah.
Let's say favorite character. So
Okay.
like as far as like a character, their abilities, their appearances, their dialogue, their arc, whatever.
So my favorite when I was younger was Tommy Oliver,
Yeah.
Green Ranger. But then I was really pissed when he became the White Ranger. I hated the switch. I was like, green's way cooler color. White's not even a color. You go from a dragon to a tiger. Where's the sense in that? The dragon's way cooler, So there was
true.
like all
That's
these
like a
things.
downgrade.
It's kinda true.
totally
Yeah.
downgrade.
Dragons are really cool, dude.
Yeah,
Dope.
you had a flute, and I mean, the talking dagger was pretty cool.
Saba.
Yeah, Saba was dope. But the flute in the green, in the gold.
And the dun, 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 dun.
Exactly. So that was, I think, Tommy Oliver Green Ranger was my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, he was cool as like, Turbo Red, Red Zeo, and Black Dino Thunder, but Green Mighty Morphin was my favorite.
Yeah.
To say like that character. But to not go a cliche way. I know. Wait, what's yours though? Let's say yours first, real quick.
Adam.
I really
Adam
like
the,
your
Adam
answer.
the Black Ranger
Yeah.
is my favorite Ranger. I've teetered back and forth between Tommy, Jason, and Adam, and I always come back to Adam just because I remember there was an episode where he came back and his morpher was broken. And
Yes,
he
and
was
he-
like, if I morph, I could like die or something. And he morphed anyway. And I was just like, dude, Adam has got a lot of depth to him. And I think that was one of the reasons why I liked him the best. And also in the movie when he's that whole thing with the frog and he's like, I'm a frog. And then I actually
The
quoted
Hottie
him the
McHottie
most.
kisses him.
Yeah, and you're just like, what was his? I quoted him the most. Oh, if you play with fire, you're gonna get burned because that whole movie is just one-liners, dude.
We're talking about Ivan News.
Yeah,
Ivan
oh yeah,
News.
dude.
Ivan
Fucking
News.
love that movie.
Oh yeah,
I
dude.
love that movie.
Love that movie.
What about you guys? Do you guys have? I mean, obviously, you probably aren't as inundated as
I
I.
still have a red Power Ranger stuffed toy that I got as a birthday present when I turned 1. And I
Turned
still
1?
Yeah, when I turned 1. I still have it today.
What?
And I always carried that red
Drool
Ranger
and all?
around. Yeah, everything. Everything.
Dude, it is in
yeah.
pieces.
It literally, because I only held the right hand, and so that right hand just kept falling off. My grandma would sew it back on and then fall off again, and now I think it's missing. So it doesn't have a right arm anymore, and I transitioned to the
Who
left
needs
arm.
a right arm?
Yeah, exactly. And then now it's just like tattered. And I always
still
carried it
have it.
around.
You still
yeah,
has
I
it.
still have it.
That's
And I
awesome.
used to always put it under my pillow. So he is completely flat now. He's
That's
flat
awesome.
and tattered. Yeah, I still have
That's
him.
so sick. I wish I had anything like that when I moved to America. We like
Purged
left
everything.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember any of the toys I had for that. Mainly I went to my friend Sean's house and he had everything. That's kind of where everything went.
Wasn't there a series of toys that came in cereal boxes where you press the back and the hand chopped or something?
I don't remember, but
I know
probably.
The head one.
Dude,
Oh yeah, the head one was
Yeah.
dope.
the head
that.
one. Those
Yeah.
I think we had. I think my brother had red. My brother had Jason, and I had Billy. And then when Tommy came out, we were both like, I was like, no, we're not playing you're the big brother, so you get Tommy. No, we're not. I'm getting it too. And then so we both got Tommy.
Hell yeah.
I think I had Trini.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
dope.
I don't know why I had Trini. I just remember having a yellow one for sure. I think I had all of them at some point
Yeah.
because I just loved it so much.
Yeah.
And no, maybe not. But I remember distinctly having a Trini for sure. But I was like very young at this point, and then when I came to America, all of that was gone.
Yeah.
I just really like
Oh,
their
man.
daggers.
Yeah.
those
Their daggers
were
are
cool.
so
I
sick.
had a lot of those little figures. But then when Zoids came out, I just collected Zoids and built them.
Dude, Zoids were hella cool.
Do you guys play the Power Ranger game?
No.
The fighting game?
Yeah.
You were
No,
just telling me
people keep
about
telling
this.
us how good it is.
It's actually pretty good. I was like, they were like tweeting me because they're like, "Oh, your character's pretty strong." I was like, "Check it out, yo, he's OP." I was like,
Awesome.
"Sweet."
For a second, when he said the Power Rangers game, I was like, oh, the one for the Super Nintendo way back when?
Yeah, that game was
played
sick.
You know
Yeah,
they
that was dope.
revamped it, right?
What?
Did they?
Yeah, it's
Wait,
on
what?
PlayStation
Hold
4. Yeah, they have a beat 'em up 4-player side
I
scrolling.
remember that. Yes, it came out a couple months ago or a few months ago,
Yeah.
or something like that.
I have to go.
Dude, we have to do this.
Hey, yeah, Twitch Let's Play anybody of the Power
Yes.
Rangers game?
Dude,
yeah.
we could totally play that.
Dude.
Pretty sure I have the code to download
that's
it.
cool.
If you have a
God.
PS4, I
By
can.
the
We
way,
got
we still got to
2
play
PS4s.
Injustice too.
There you go.
Dude.
Oh yeah, we do need to play Injustice too. People are getting on our case about that.
Yeah.
Do that too. Yeah, there's a lot.
My birthday is next week, and I'm pretty
Ooh.
sure. I'm not pretty sure. I know for a fact I'm getting it from someone, so I'm like, oh, I can't buy it, so I just gotta be
Just gotta
patient.
play the waiting game.
Yep, just gotta play the waiting game.
Who says you can't buy
That's
it?
the
You can have,
one
like 10
thing
copies.
with me. I'm so bad with like birthday stuff. I'm such a Scrooge about it. I don't like when I see something that I think is like cool or like it's close to somebody's birthday, I'll buy it, but I'm not gonna wait till your birthday. I'm just gonna give it to you. Because it's like the story why I do this is because a friend of a friend, he's a motorcycle guy and a stunt guy. He rides a lot and whatnot. He rides canyons. And his girlfriend bought him these boots that were really good and they're like very protective and whatnot, right? But she was like, she had it and she was like, you can't wear it until your birthday. I'm not gonna give it to you until your birthday. He's like, okay, fine. But they're like really nice boots, right? And he goes on a ride the weekend before his birthday and falls. Gets in a wreck and the peg goes through his Achilles
Fucking hey.
and then
Damn.
drags it. And so he's done. Can't do stunts, can't do any of that anymore. Because he didn't have the boots. I was like, yeah, I'm never doing that. I was like, no, as soon as I get something, it's yours. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
your
that
gift.
got dark.
Yeah, I know.
I got heavy.
This was like something that I learned a long time ago, and I was like, never again am I holding presents. But it's also because like growing up, I never, like as soon as I turned 10, my parents were like, yeah, you're double digits. You don't need presents and toys and stuff. I was like, what?
Yeah. I mean, my parents were the same way.
Really?
Dude, yeah.
Double digits, yeah. Like, nah, you done.
Dude,
you good.
yeah. You're
me
good
and
on
my
gifts.
girlfriend both have toys, and she's got more than me. Like, she has got this big ass box just filled with toys and action figures and statues and everything. And she's like, I don't know where to put them. We need to get a shelf so I can display them all. And yeah,
awesome.
so we are still children.
That's a
and
good problem
Those
to have,
rules
I
don't
guess.
apply anymore.
Hey, listen,
Buy us the toys.
you
Buy
can
us
always
all
be a
toys.
child on the inside. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I've got a lot of toys stored up in boxes right now. And I was like, oh, yeah, babe, I'm thinking of putting them here. She was like, you're not putting it in our bedroom. I was like, all right.
But instead of toys, I have pictures of things now.
that's hilarious because that's the exact opposite of what my girlfriend wants to do. She's like, yeah, like, can we just like have like a row of shelves with just all the figures displayed?
awesome. All
And
the
I was
toys.
like, I love you so much.
Yes.
You walk in the room and just you don't even see the wall. It's just all toys.
That's pretty awesome.
Dude,
Oh,
that's the dream.
I'm totally going to do do a room. Just
yeah. Oh, you gotta.
Your man's
It's not the
den.
bedroom, yeah.
The man cave.
not
Man
the bedroom.
cave.
So
Also known as the action figure den.
Action figure den.
Exactly.
this is a great question from Nathan McInnes. Who is your favorite comic book character?
Nightwing.
Me too.
Nightwing or Spider-Man.
answer.
Yeah.
Pretty good
Those
answer.
are my two. Those are my two. Green Lantern, Nightwing, and Spider-Man are my three, but Nightwing I think is just he's the most relatable, and Spider-Man, like
Yeah.
DC is Nightwing, Spider-Man is Marvel.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
same.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Extremely
Dude,
relatable characters.
Spider-Man is super relatable.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
dude.
I think I don't know, like there's just so much about those characters that I love. Like, and the thing is, it's Dick Grayson that I like. It's not
Yeah.
Robin. Like, there's too many Robins. But it's Dick Grayson. Like, he's just the best. I hate it when I see the interactions with Damien, that little shit.
Ah, God, Damien's
Little
such a punk.
shit. But it's just like, oh, learn some respect, you son of a bitch.
Damn.
Jason was the same. Jason was the same way when he was introduced, and everybody hated him because of it. And then they introduced Damien because he's like a trained assassin. Everybody loves him, and I'm just like, man, dude. And everybody gets mad at me when I say I don't like Damien. And I just don't like the guy.
Nope.
He's had more of an arc as of recently, but especially what they did with him in Injustice 1. Did you play Injustice 1? Dude, spoiler. Do you mind a spoiler?
Go ahead.
All right, spoiler alert for Injustice 1 if you haven't played it.
At this point, it's our fault. So
Yeah, he kills Nightwing. He kills Dick Grayson. And then he becomes Nightwing. And like one of the twists...
sorry, what?
Yeah, dude. It's like they keep doing this. Why do you
Damn.
keep killing off Nightwing?
Man,
He
just
became
really doesn't like-
Nightwing.
He became Nightwing, and he wore red and has long hair. And then so you see him, because it basically...
So the Nightwing in Injustice 1 is Damien.
So that when you see Nightwing in blue with short hair, that's Dick Grayson. When you see Nightwing with the red emblem
Boo,
and
the
the
red
long
emblem.
hair, that's Damien. That's how you know it's bad. Because he's wearing the red. Just sorry if you guys like the red.
Nah.
Well, there you go.
Sorry that you like the red, because you wrong. I know it's an opinion, but you wrong.
There's some people who are like, if you guys do more Nightwing the series, can you have the red emblem? And I'm like,
Sorry.
dude, I grew up with blue. You know,
Yeah.
like that is like
Yeah.
that's like the deep
Yeah.
rooted.
Yeah.
It's not
Dude.
going anywhere.
That episode in Teen Titans where Starfire jumps to the future.
Oh.
You remember that?
Yes, best episode.
Damn. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Oh.
Call me Nightwing. They're just like, bro. How stoked are you for Young Justice season 3?
Oh my gosh.
We haven't
been
talked
waiting
about this at
so
all.
long.
So
we have been
long.
waiting for so long. I feel
So
like
long.
it just feels so good because I was a part of it, like helping, pretending that we were helping push it, make it happen. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
on Twitter, always putting it
Yeah.
out. I think I watched Young Justice 1 and 2. I don't know how many times over. Maybe
I've
seven
watched
7 times.
Yeah, 4 times.
Yeah, just
Wow.
just
Yeah.
even like leaving it in the background and stuff.
Yeah.
Always have it running. It's just such a good show.
It is a
Like
great
it's
show.
supposed to be in the background running. I'm doing chores and I'm like sitting there watching it like,
Yeah.
oh right, yeah, chores. You
Yeah,
know
you
what
get
I mean?
sucked
It's
into
so
it.
good.
It's so good.
I really didn't like the season 1 and 2 jump, the time jump. I was
Yeah.
like, what is this? Well, why are they? Okay, I'll go with it. And they did such a good job with it. I was
So
like,
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take it. I will
It's-
take it.
I
And
heard
Nightwing
it's-
looks the best in there.
Oh, he's so cool.
Best
Oh,
design.
he's so dope.
Cool. Dude. I mean, we have had so many conversations about Young Justice and how dope it is, and it's one of the, like, in the beginning you see the time jump and you're like, this is sick, but it's also like, why did you do it? And then you watch it and you're like, this is great, but I kind of miss the old cast and like their relationship, but I like all these new characters too, so I'm very conflicted.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like this is all really
Why do I like
awesome,
the new stuff?
but like I kind of feel like it should be like this, but it's still like fucking awesome.
It's still cool. Dude, the way Aqualad looks and acts in the new season is just so cool. Because
Yeah.
the first time... So I didn't watch Young Justice until recently, like last year maybe.
Wow.
And yeah, so I watched season 1, took a bit of a break, then started season 2, and I was like, oh my god, what, did I miss something?
Yeah.
Because the gap that I left off on, that time jump kind of messed me up, thinking, wait, did I miss another season? Did I start a wrong episode or whatever? Because Aqualad was a bad guy to start off with. I was like,
Yeah.
what is going on here? But the way that they incorporate it and the series of reveals that happen was so well done.
Epic.
Very well
Yeah, it was so
executed, man.
epic.
If you
Really
haven't seen
well
it yet,
executed. Watch it.
please,
Oh my
It's really
God.
good.
for the love of God,
Do yourself,
do yourself
a favor.
a huge favor
Yeah.
and go watch it.
Actually, I want to know in the comments, please, guys, if you haven't seen Young Justice, leave a comment below. I would love to know
Why?
Well, just like I know
Tell
for
me
a fact,
why.
our audience is very, very like.
Comic book.
Well, just like Young
Specifically
Justice
DC
is
heavy.
yeah, DC heavy, but Young Justice is the thing that we titled an episode Young Justice Season 3 announcement, and it got like 60,000 views for this podcast. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And that's how I can tell
It's like
people,
6 times our normal numbers.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So like that's how we know a lot of our audience really, really likes Young Justice. So if you guys don't watch Young Justice, I really would like to know if you haven't seen it, just not interested. I'm legitimately
Yeah.
curious. No, No ulterior
Why?
motive. Just wondering.
Just tell me why.
He has ulterior.
And if somebody says they haven't seen it, guys, do not berate them. Please. Don't make
do
them
that.
feel bad.
Be nice.
Make them
Be
feel
nice to each other.
very
friendly.
bad.
Love each other.
Yeah,
Destroy
We
them.
love we all love each other.
Make them cry.
Yoshi.
What? No. Don't do anything.
Don't do that. You look ridiculous, Jeremy.
That's awesome.
This is my new look. It's
Okay.
my new aesthetic.
Aesthetic.
This is I think
and a hat on top of your headphones.
Yeah.
yeah, we're a bunch
You
of
look
cartoon
like-
characters.
I'm just feeling myself.
I keep nose touching this thing.
So we can close out on this one because I think this is a pretty cool question and one of the most
Sweet.
powerful things I've seen recently, especially with you. How awesome is it that you passed the Blue Ranger torch to your brother?
I hated it. It sucked.
There's a video of you
Yeah.
passing the torch.
One of my favorite videos ever.
I was like, whoa, this is emotional.
Yeah, it's heavy, Doc.
Yeah. I was not expecting to be getting that emotional that weekend. Man, it's a
You
series
didn't know
of
about it, did you?
No, it's a series of stuff. Like, I helped with the auditions. I was there near the end, kind of just helping, read lines against other potential candidates. I helped with working on their physicality for their auditions. And, so I saw and I met everybody, and I was like, Peter has a very good chance at this. I mean, I can't do anything about it. I can't tell them to just hire him. They have to, because it all goes through a casting process, and then it goes through the big man, Saban, and he handpicks him. He doesn't care who's who, doesn't care that that's somebody else's brother. He doesn't care. He's just, if he's right for the role, he's right for the role.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. Like, when I was auditioning, and my friend that was working at Saban saw that my face was like one of the final ones, she was kind of like, yeah, this guy looks really good, huh? But he's like, yeah, he's all right. Let's see his audition. So he doesn't care, you know, who you're pushing at him at all.
Yeah.
So the same thing. And I was just like, well, there's nothing we can do. But I was like, I think he has a really good chance, all this stuff. And then 3 weeks go by, and then Peter and I are working on a job, coincidentally, that day. It's like a night shoot. So we're working, and we're just hanging out, having fun, being, enjoying our time on set together.
Yeah.
And I get a call from the producer, and I was like, yo, what's up, man? He was like, hey, so just wanted to call you and tell you that Peter didn't get the part. How should I tell him? I was like, how are you just going to drop a big bomb on me like that? And
damn.
I was like, dude, you can't. What? I'm with him right now. What do you mean? Don't put me in that position. He was like, well, I want to know how to tell him, like the best way to tell him. I was like, just tell him straight up. I don't know. Don't ask me. Like, why are you putting me in this position? He was like,
Damn.
okay,
You're
okay,
a casting director. You should know how to do
yeah.
this.
Well, no, he was the executive producer.
Oh.
Yeah, he was the exec.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Yeah. So he was like, okay. All right. I'll give him a call. I was like, he's on set. Don't ruin his day right now. He was like, oh, when do you think I should do it? I was like, tomorrow. Like, we're doing a night shoot right now. Like, don't. And he's like, okay. Doesn't do anything. And then like 2 hours later, and I'm trying to keep my cool. I'm pissed. I'm unhappy for him because it's such a
Yeah.
Peter and I auditioned for Megaforce. Megaforce is the season before me. So that was 2 years before me. Then we auditioned together for Dino Charge. And I got cut and all that stuff. And then and for Megaforce, he got all the way to the end. So he was close. Very close. Megaforce, I got like one call back and then I was done.
Yeah.
So he actually got close. And then we auditioned for Dino Charge together, only because Peter had kept like asking me to come. Finally, I did, and we auditioned. Both of us got cut, and he like messaged the casting directors like, bring us back. You haven't seen all that we've got to give, right? Or no, I got cut, and he did that for me. He brought us back on, and then we auditioned again. And then unfortunately, I was right for one role. Can't have two Asians. So he got let go. So it was just me.
Damn.
So basically, he screwed himself over on that, right? By bringing me, and he's the one who like taught me or coached me on how to play Coda, this character that I play. I was gonna play him like, you know, and he was like, "No, dude, play him like a puppy. Like, why not? Why, be kind and happy and innocent until danger happens. Then you're like." I was like, "Oh, that's good. I like that." So I did that, and that's how I got the role because they were like, "Oh my goodness, that's amazing, yeah." and it was just like right for the role. So he screwed himself over basically. And then so now we're auditioning for Ninja Steel, and I was like, oh, he's got a good chance. And then this happens, and I was like, are you kidding me? It's like he's not gonna audition next year. There's no point. Like he's done. Like, he's gonna
catch a break.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, he's booking other roles left and right. By the time Rangers comes the next time around, he's not gonna want to do it. You know, it's too long in. He's done too many things. So I was just upset for him. And then we're on set, and my face is like, it's bad. And I'm trying to be good, and we're eating lunch, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm bad at like hiding my emotions, kind of. So he gets a text. He's like, oh, dude. Chip just texted me. Says for me to call him. Something not urgent though. That's weird. Looks up at me and my face is just like. He was like,
geez.
"Are you okay? Wait, what's wrong? What?" No, did I get it? I didn't get it. Oh my god, I didn't get it. And I was like, "I'm so sorry." He was like, "No, don't mess with me. Like, are you serious?" I was like, yeah, dude, he just called me 2 hours ago. You didn't get it. I'm really, really sorry. And I gave him a big hug, and he's just like, okay. I'm going to call him and see what's up. And he calls him, I guess. And then he was like, hey, what's up? He was like, hey, listen, I just wanted to call you, let you know you didn't get the part. I'm very sorry, but I know you're at work. So when you're done with work, please give me a call, and I'll tell you why you didn't get the role. He was like, sure, bro, I'll call you. Like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like,
okay, whatever. So we're upset the rest of the night. And then, you know, he's upset, and he goes on his way home at like 4 a.m. He's driving home, calls his girl, and, you know, they talk, and she's like, you know, like, I still have a feeling you got this. And all this time, like, leading to this point, Peter was saying, this I found out later, Peter was saying, like, he kept hearing a voice like on this side of him, telling him, you booked it. So he was like, sure. And then there was like a couple times where he wavered, but it came back, and he was like, no, I still booked it. And it's a weird thing. I don't know. He's like really, like he's like spiritually sensitive, right? It's weird. And then he like kept hearing that voice even through like all these things. And then even that, she was like, I still think you booked it. I don't know why. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna call him right now. I don't know what's going on. So he calls him back, and he's like, all right, so what's up? And then he's like, hey, listen, so I'm really sorry. The reason you didn't get the role is because, well, Preston, you did book the role. And he was like, Chip? Chip is the executive producer. He's like, don't you fucking mess with me. And I was like, you cussed at the executive producer before you got the job? He was like, dude, I couldn't. You know what I mean? It was like, don't mess with me. And he was like, no, I promise, 100%, not messing with you. I'm messing with Yoshi. He was like, God. What do you mean? He's like, I knew you were with him, so I had to make it real, but I'm messing with Yoshi. Do not tell him. You booked the role. You're Preston. You're perfect for Preston. Don't tell Yoshi. In 3 weeks' time, he'll know. So keep this to yourself. And he was like, okay. You know, like, so he drives home and whatever, everything's good. And then, you know, in the next 3 weeks, we do a lot of events together because, you know, we always do.
Is he just like, oh, I'm sorry, I had to interrupt. Is he just playing it up to you like he didn't get the role? Was he sad about it?
The whole time?
Was he just like,
For the next 3 weeks, he lied to me.
Oh my God, that's
God.
excellent.
He didn't have to lie to me because anytime anything Ranger related came up, I was like, say it was like Power Rangers TV, whatever commercial, I'm like, change it. Because I don't want to talk about it. I don't want it to remind him.
Yeah.
Because in 3 weeks' time, I have to go to Power Morphicon and tell them, like, this is the new Blue Ranger, and it's not my brother.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't care anymore about Power Morphicon, all this stuff. So people were like, hey, I know you're almost done being a Ranger. Listen, you're always a Ranger in our hearts. And I'm like, I don't care about that. I'm upset because my brother didn't get it. You know what I mean? So I was just like trying to like hold myself. And anytime anything Ranger related happened, he would look like defeated. And I in turn would be like, But it's like he told me later it's because anytime there was anything Ranger related, he saw my face get upset, and then he was like, "Oh, I feel so bad. I have to lie to him." So that's why his face turned like that. So it was like a series of things, and we would do like all these random events together all the time, and then people asking for photos, and then this one guy had the nerve to ask us to do a Morphin Time photo with Peter. And we were both wearing blue. We were cosplaying Pokemon Go trainers in blue. Don't know why I decided to wear blue because I was on instinct. Anyways, we both did blue, so they were calling us the Blue Brothers,
Team
and I was
Valor.
getting upset. Ugh. and then this guy was like, "Oh, can we do like it's Morphin Time?" And then so Peter was like, "Oh, yeah, sure." And I was like, so in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna rip this kid's head off. Why is he bringing this up? I mean, it's not his fault. He had no idea.
He's just a fan.
In the photo, I think in the photo, like when they tagged me in it, you could see me like, I was
Very
upset,
intense.
just like intense. And Peter's like, you know what I mean? And it was just such a like. I wish I could find that photo now, but and I felt so bad for that guy because I'm pretty sure I was dick after that. I was just like. You know what I mean? Shut up.
Stop talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. And then leading up to it, we get really close. And then it's funny, the night of Peter and I, we play Dungeons and Dragons. Peter is our dungeon master. So he makes the stories and whatnot. And he's really good. And Friday night before Paramorphicon, he put this character into our storyline. And he wears blue, and he's a ninja. But the crazy thing is, this character has been in our campaign for the past month and a half. So it was way before Peter even got the role. It was just a ninja, a shinobi, that was wearing blue. He didn't think about that. But then now he knew, so then he revealed that character in the arc to be my character's brother. But he ended up dying, and I was like very sad about it, whatever. And it was like, and I didn't, I put two and two together afterwards, after the fact, but then I was like, oh, you little shit. But then so that night I slept over because I just wanted to be with him before that, whole thing. And we have a bunk bed at his place, so I slept on the bunk bed below him. So they're picking me up like a car service to Paramorphicon. Car service is supposed to pick up Peter to go to Paramorphicon. So we're getting picked up from the same place. He told me he has a Target commercial, that day. So I was like, I'm gonna wake up pretty early, like 6 o'clock. He was like, oh yeah, probably gonna wake up around the same time to go to work. I wake up at like 5:30. He's gone. I was like, the hell? Did he go to work super early?
Damn.
And I see on his Instagram, he had just posted, passing by a mirror, he's wearing a red, like polo. Like a Target polo, and he was like, on my way to work. I know.
What a sneaky
this
man.
fool
My
is like
devil.
hella
Man,
good.
he's going all in on this.
Wow,
Man.
that's
Damn.
amazing.
I was
Kudos.
like, and I look at it, and I was like, I like the photo, and I was just like, putting on my blue clothes, getting ready to go to this thing. And apparently, he woke up at 4 a.m., like quietly, drove to a different location, slept in his car, waited to get picked up from that location so that we wouldn't get picked up at the same time. And he asked for an hour earlier pickup so that I would get picked up and late to, wherever I was going. So he'd be there early. Because at Paramorphicon, the new cast is in one room. The old cast, me, is in the room next to them. And last time around, Megaforce cast and my cast, they all knocked on the door to see the new cast, to say hi and whatever. And they were trying to do that this year. My cast was trying to see the new cast. I was like, I don't care. My brother's not there. I auditioned most of these people. I know who they are. Pretty sure I know who got it. Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
So apparently some of them decided to just run over and open the doors to see who the new cast was. When they came back, all this time, Chip had told me there was a race issue. So I'm thinking in my head, they went with an Asian girl.
Yeah.
They went with an Asian girl. Whatever. I get it. And when my cast comes back, and I was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, how are they? They're like, oh yeah, they're cool. I was like, so who was the Asian girl? And they're like, there wasn't an Asian girl. I was like, what? was there an Asian guy? Because if there's an Asian guy, there's no way there's anyone else that's better than Peter for this role. In the people that auditioned, I was like, no, if Peter didn't get the role and it was an Asian guy that got it, that's just like worse, you know, to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
he had
that's
to be my
such a
brother.
praise.
Yeah. And then they were like, no, we didn't see an Asian guy either. I was like,
Oh.
you didn't have an Asian at all? So then now I'm getting even more mad. And the stupid thing of all this is I was so sure that Peter was going to get this role. So I told the marketing team, I was like, you know, we should be the ones to introduce the new cast.
Oh.
So we can pass the
my
torch.
God.
Because they never did that any of the past years.
Yeah.
It was just like we had a panel and then we got introduced and that was it. So I was like, we should like read off their names and have them come up. And at this point, I'm like, I just
You just screwed
screwed myself.
Yeah, you
I
totally
was like,
screwed yourself.
"Ugh." So now I'm sitting there, I was like, there's no Asian person at all. This is so annoying. So I'm getting even more mad. I'm getting upset and I'm like trying to go to the restroom. They're like, no, you can't use the restroom. I was like, what do you mean? It's like, you can't use the restroom right now. I was like, why? We just don't want you to interact with the new cast, blah, 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 and all this stuff. I was like, guys, really, I don't care who the new cast is. Let me just use, I need to pee. Let me pee. She was like, okay, give me a second. Okay, all right, you can go. The reason she was doing that, Peter was in the restroom.
Damn.
So apparently when they went into the room where Peter was at, homie, every time the door opened, ducked under the table, like under the tablecloth and everything. He dove under every time. So when they went in to say hi, he heard everybody. He knew who they were all, like, because he had met all my cast.
Yeah.
And he was just like being really quiet, and they were just like saying hi to everybody, and they were kind of like trying to get him out of there so Peter can get out of the table. But he did that every time. That's why they didn't see an Asian person.
Oh, so your cast didn't even know about that.
None of my cast knew. No one knew.
So no one knew except for the new cast and like
Yeah.
And the
producers.
executives.
Yeah.
There was one guy from my cast that knew. He was from New Zealand.
Yeah.
And he had dinner with Chip and another New Zealander on the new cast. They had dinner, and Chip told him, he's like, obviously be quiet about it. So he was very quiet about it. He didn't say anything. So we go to we're walking to the panel now, and I'm like, you know, and we're doing our panel. I'm like, you know, having fun. I was like doing the panel. I forget about everything. I'm talking about like Power Rangers and my experience on it, all this stuff. And then, you know, like, hey, so we're going to have a special thing. We're going to introduce the new cast for you guys. Da, 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 da. And I was like, it all hit me again. I was like, and you can kind of see me like kind of get, you know?
Yeah.
I hate myself for being like that, but it was like the worst feeling I'd ever had in my life. There's so many things that went to it, you know?
Yeah.
And I was so rude that I like pulled out my phone during a panel and I was like looking through it. And then I saw that somebody had tagged me in a photo. I was like, I won't look at it. Whatever, I'll sit down. And I was kind of just like, you know? And you can kind of see it, and they're like, Red Ranger's calling out one of them, and they're all standing, and I'm like this. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to call this guy. And I'm like, you know, I see a Hispanic guy come up. I see a black guy come up. I see a white girl come up, and I see a black girl come up. And I was like, there's no Asian person. The only one left is a guy. It's seriously going to be an Asian guy that's not Peter. And I was so livid. I was just like literally sitting there like, and the guy passes me the paper, and I'm like opening it, and I open it and I look at it. And I like sit there just looking at it for a long time because I see his name. But I know for a fact, so I thought, that he didn't get it. So I'm looking up into the audience to see the executive producer sitting there, and he's kind of like, and I was like, and I thought I'd gone crazy that I had imagined his freaking name onto this paper because I was like so wanting it. You know what I mean? Like I willed it. You know?
You willed it to
I was
happen
like,
finally.
No, this is.
Are you hallucinating?
And I didn't want to say the name
because
it probably said somebody else's name. I'm gonna look like an idiot calling my brother's name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just like, what do I say? Come on, change. Like, let me see the real name. And it didn't change. And that's when Brennan, my Red Ranger, was like next to me, and he's like, what is the holdup? He looks over, sees it, laughs, and just gives me a huge pat on the back. Dude's got massive hands, too, at the same time.
God.
And I'm like, what? Huh, is this real? And I like kind of just look at him. He's like, dude, call him. I was like, okay. And I try to say his name, and I'm like, Peter, go get yourself out here. You know, I couldn't say it. because like I had my mouth just wouldn't say it, and I guess on his side, he was like, Yoshi knows like this whole thing is a sham. Everybody's taking photos of me out here, and what's funny is like one of those girls that took a photo tagged me in that photo. It was the photo that I was gonna look at, but I didn't. I put it away. Yeah.
The universe was on your side.
It was so crazy. And Peter was just like, so like, "Ugh, they know, he knows. He absolutely knows this whole thing has been useless. And then when he heard me like stifle and, a little bit crying, he was like, he doesn't know. And he started running out there crying. And I see him. And I was like, it is him in the suit. And I'm like crying too. I just hug him, and I'm pretty sure we hugged for way too long of a time. It was like, I'm like, I don't care. I'm just going to keep hugging him. And then like, I don't know. It was a very emotional moment for me. And
Dude,
we were
that
just
moment
crying.
where you see him walk out and he's in the suit. Oh, that's heavy,
See, yeah.
man.
Oh, I was seeing him in the suit. I was like, he looks so good in the blue. Oh, he looks so good in the blue.
Water everywhere.
I was like, all this makeup they put on me, whatever, it's gone now.
I remember you telling me about some of this when
Yeah.
we were talking about it when you came out here to shoot the Dragon Ball Z thing that we never put up. We were talking about it then, right?
But I didn't know all of this yet.
No, obviously,
Yeah.
but I
It was all
remember like
different.
talking to you about it, and you're like, yeah, Peter's gonna go for it. And you told me the whole situation about Peter and you basically getting the role and him not getting the role. And so, like, when I watched that, given the context of that situation, I started tearing up a little bit, like, fuck, man, this is like
definitely the same for me, because I was watching that video on Twitter or whatever. It popped up. It was like, oh my god, I was so happy. I was in the car driving, and I like kind of swerved a bit, and I was like, oh shit, this is like some big stuff. Like, this is the first time that anything like this has happened, right?
Yeah, they've
Like,
never had
passing-
siblings on Power Rangers, let alone both Rangers.
Yeah.
And of the same color and consecutive.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, that's crazy.
That's
and
so
back.
cool, dude.
yeah, it was definitely an emotional roller coaster.
if you can, you should have like. Would you mind if we took that video and just like slapped it down on the TV below?
Yeah.
and just
Yeah,
had
yeah.
it playing.
Yeah.
That would
like
be
during this entire thing, because that was powerful, man. I remember.
yeah.
I think I tweeted at Peter, and I was like, "Oh my god, congrats! Oh my god, this is awesome!" I was so stoked for him,
Yeah.
dude. It was awesome to see.
I think that's the thing too. Like, I was more stoked about seeing his name on that paper than seeing my name on that paper.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because we both had the paper, and his was like shoddily written, just handwritten and whatnot. But that paper, I was like, please keep this for the rest of your life, because if not, I want it. Like it, just seeing that. I
Yeah.
looked at the damn thing for a good minute and a half, looking like a fool, just like,
staring the whole thing. It's like an Oscar moment right here. It's like,
you're just like,
I don't want to Emma Stone this. I don't want to Steve Harvey it.
oh
What?
man.
you're like staring, just staring.
Yeah.
Is this real?
Oh. But every
wanna
photo
Steve
after that, I was
Harvey
just like,
Oh man.
but yeah, so that's how I feel about passing that on.
There you go.
Hopefully, I'll
There's
be
that
passing
story.
it on to somebody else that I know next year. Never know.
Yeah.
Or Peter will be passing it on.
Yeah,
I'm done.
conversation for later.
Yeah.
Well, that was, I think, the best way we could have ended this show.
Yeah, that was a great story.
Great story.
Thank you guys
That
for
was
listening to
awesome.
my crap.
Oh man.
Yoshi, thanks for coming on, man. It's
pleasure.
always a pleasure hanging out with you, and can't wait to have you in a project very soon, man.
I would like that very much.
And now,
Hell yeah.
fight scene.
Ensues.
flip over the table. Now that I have this Red Bull. Oh, now that's not gonna stand. Hey. Oh.
We're good.
Hey, dude, don't spill it on the table. This is expensive fabric. Oh, okay. It's I don't know how much. If you guys like the show, be sure to support us over on Patreon. Follow us on Twitter. I'm at Danny Leshep. Jeremy's at Jeremy Lee with 3 Y's. Fred is at Fred_Sully. And Yoshi is at Yoshi Stunts on Instagram, Twitter, and then Facebook. You're Yoshi Sudarso.
Yes, sir.
Boom. So be sure to go like Yoshi's Facebook page. Make sure to like him as a person. He's a cool dude. And
Yes,
rad.
follow
I
him on
recommend.
stuff.
Highly recommend this.
Tell
dude.
him Ismahawk sent you if you're not already following him. If you are already following him, still tell him Ismahawk sent you. Even if you were following him before you were following us. Just because it makes us seem cooler.
Yes. Do it.
All right, guys. Support us over on Patreon if you guys like the show and want to see us make other awesome stuff. If you want to see us make something awesome with Yoshi, put him in a video. What kind of video would you like to see him in?
Yeah.
What kind of character would you like to see him play? I don't think we can do the blue Dino Charge Ranger, but I guess we might be able to because technically JDF did it for Bat in the Sun.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, also the wig, it would have to be like just a suit character because there's that wig. My character hair is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, you're going to have to grow it out for the character
Yeah.
again.
Exactly.
Hope you don't mind.
There
You
you
got
go.
to really
You-
commit.
You had the long hair when we did the Goku thing.
I did.
And we had to get a wig that looked ridiculous, but you actually looked pretty cool in it.
Dude,
honestly,
you look dope
Thanks.
in
it looked
Thanks.
ridiculous on everyone else, but you pulled it off.
We should post the photos if we're not actually going to do the videos at least.
I think at this point we can. You know what's
that's
funny
free reign.
is and fuck it, I'll say it on the air. So Melissa, who's a new member of our team, is actually editing that video, trying to salvage it. Just because what happens, guys, is sometimes you have a cool idea for a video, you try to execute it, and you're just like, this didn't work out the way that we wanted it to, and we're not going to put something that we're not proud of on the internet, especially when it features Yoshi. We want to make sure you look as badass and dope as possible. So when we do have Yoshi in something again, it's going to be amazing. But Melissa is working on trying to salvage it, and she's doing like these crazy stylistic visual effects, like not trying to make it look realistic, but
Yeah.
trying to make it look like super crazy and over the top. And from what I heard, it's turning out pretty cool on her end. So it might be salvageable,
Sweet.
but we will see.
Thank you, Melissa.
Yeah, shout out to Melissa. All
Hell
right.
yeah.
She'll be on the show soon. Anyway, I feel like I was going somewhere with this before.
The pictures.
Oh yeah, man. Maybe we can just go and post. What do you think, Jeremy?
Yeah,
Post
go ahead.
pictures? Whatever. All right, we're gonna
Cool
post
pictures
pictures
anyway. They're cool pictures. But
Pictures.
whatever, man.
We'll just say, hey,
Whatever.
this is not a video
Whatever.
that's coming out. Hashtag not a video that's coming out.
Totally doing that.
Make sure you
video that's coming
hashtag
out.
that. Yeah.
Dude, tweet at Yoshi. Hashtag video not coming out.
Video not coming out. All right, guys. Until next time, Yoshi, thanks again, man. You're the best. You made us be shirtless for this. I hope you guys appreciated the shirtlessness.
Okay, I can't do that. I'm not on this level.
There's not much there. I'm overexposed. There's a lot going on over here. I'm sorry.
I mean,
guys.
this soft light is not doing much for us. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I
Yeah.
look like a twig right now, so that's great.
I can neither confirm
Just
or
bring the
deny.
camera down a little lower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can you do me a
exactly.
favor? Can you take the frame and just kind of stretch it a little bit, just horizontally?
Okay.
I'm just like,
Tad bit.
I don't think I could probably use that too. I'll just say that.
I mean, my camera doesn't have enough dynamic range for you, so I'm sorry.
so
You're gonna be blown out.
literally, this entire episode, Fred has just been
A ghost.
a white blob with like a mouth and
Blonde hair.
yeah,
That's
blonde hair. You can see the tattoo and his and just his iris and pupil.
Holy crap! Look at that floating tattoo.
Thanks. I'm really white. If you didn't know.
Oh, no.
I'm really pale.
It's literally just a. All right, guys.
Thanks for being shirtless with me, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
forcing us.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Thanks for-
There was no.
Didn't
asking.
take long.
It was definitely like Jeremy was like, I don't want to pop off my shirt, and then Yoshi's like, come on,
Okay.
come on, and Jeremy's like, fuck it.
He's like, I'm just gonna wear my
Whatever.
tank top, and then he's like, come on.
Pretty sure
Fine.
that's exactly what I did too.
Yeah.
Come on.
it
They're
is.
right. They're right.
Peer pressure. It works every time.
All the cool kids are doing it.
Pop your shirt off. Okay, we'll
That's
see you guys
bad.
next time.
Laters.